You hear that? That's the sound of quite strong rain. The time is 8 o'clock. You join me again for another day of triathlon training. 4 hours on the cards today. Hopefully I don't get too wet.
1 hour later.
Right. Okay, so that rain's actually quite heavy and it's quite windy. So I'm now considering my options and checking the forecast. I'm usually happy to go out in the rain, but when it's actually... I can see the rain bouncing off. Can't really see it on the camera. It's nasty.
1 hour later.
Right guys, so the new look I'm going for... It's like I've got another chin just growing because now you can see my jaw underneath. You rate the goatee? Nah, I reckon I'm gonna keep the goatee, but obviously I'm gonna trim it down because that looks absolutely ridiculous. Right, so that's the look I'm going for now. I'm gonna keep the goatee. It's quite a short trim. I might change it in future, but for now, that'll do. It is still raining, however, it is due to let up, so I'm gonna get changed in my kit now and head out the door. 1
hour later.
Rain is still absolutely lashing it down. Torrential to the point of being almost unsafe to ride in. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm not justifying it, it genuinely is just ridiculous. I'm going to leave it a few hours and then I'll pick up the camera to say when I'm going out.
8 hours later.
I'm a complete failure. Complete failure. I think it's time we had an honest chat. Today I had 4 hours planned, yet I've been in my dressing gown all day and the time is 5:10. What on earth have I been doing with my time? Truth be told, it's been pouring down with rain all day, and those of you who have been following every day have known that I just have this battle with my mind. And I think it's really getting to me, you know, I've not done a winter of this much volume, ever. This is the most miles I've ever done. Last winter I was struggling to do 10 hours a week. This winter I'm regularly pushing 18 hours a week. And I'm obviously finding not only the limits of my body, but I'm also finding the limits of my mind. And although I will be able to push my mind as time goes on, I think I'm just at that boundary now where, you know, I can't keep going when I'm not motivated to ride, because there's going to be a breaking point. And many riders around my sort of age, you see a lot of them 17, 18, 19, a lot of people that I've known and been close to and riding with have just completely fallen off the bandwagon, stopped training, chucked it in the bin, burnt out from doing too much mileage, too much volume, because it becomes not enjoyable, it becomes a chore, you become a slave to it, you don't see results. And more importantly, it takes away from the balance in the rest of your life of actually enjoying and finding happiness, you know. There's one thing talking about, oh yeah, discipline over motivation, but if that gets to a point of sacrificing your actual mental well-being and other aspects of your life, there's no balance there, and you may as well fizzle out into completely quitting the sport altogether. And so I wanted to come on here really as a bit of an honest and authentic chat, because clearly I'm not perfect and clearly I'm going through many of the struggles that many of you guys will find. And I've been able to be very, very consistent and disciplined over the course of September, October, November, December and into January. And since the weather's taken a turn for the worse particularly, and having no exams and just allowing procrastination to creep in, my mind is going to a bit of a crazy place in terms of trying to get the motivation to get out the door. But what I am going to do is still ride 4 hours tomorrow, or maybe even 5, just to make up for it a little bit. But that'll still bring me to near enough 16 hours for the week and then 2.5 hours running. So it's still a good week. And that's the thing. And that's the thing with planning to my upper limit, is if I do fall off it slightly, I'm still doing a very considerable amount of training, which is still going to see benefits. And so that's the advantage I have with doing my own training plan and understanding my own body. But the drawback is the lack of accountability, the fact that I've been able to just not do a 4-hour ride at all today and just chill out and wear my dressing gown, right? But what I also wanted to do was have a little bit of a chat with you guys who have been following since the beginning, and even some of you who have found the channel since then, and kind of discuss where I want to take this channel and what I've been doing with it in the last 30 or so days. So I started, I think, on the 3rd or 4th of January, and I've been going now, I think it's daily vlog 27. And obviously I'm not going to continue the vlog indefinitely, and there's going to be a point where I eventually finish. However, I don't know when that is yet. Perhaps when the lockdown ends I'll start to taper it off, or perhaps sooner, depending on how I manage to juggle studying, training and making vlogs, because obviously the last 3 weeks I haven't had any studying to do. And so I will eventually, inevitably, move to a video perhaps every few days or a couple of videos a week, but hopefully in doing that my quality will improve. And I wanted to kind of put the feeler out there for you guys who are still watching to this point and are actually interested in seeing the development in my training as a person and just trying to give back and provide some inspiring, motivational content, some interesting stuff, some funny stuff, some informative content. And I wanted to pose the question to you guys. So you don't have to leave a comment below, like you can message me privately on Instagram. But the question really is, what would you like to see from my channel? Do you really enjoy seeing the daily vlogs, or is it the fact that you can't always catch up with them, and so, you know, having a couple of a week that are slightly higher quality might be firstly more enjoyable to watch, and that you think that you'd rather watch that instead of every day? Because in starting this channel, I basically just wanted to get the ball rolling, so I just hit the ground running without doing any kind of vlogging before on YouTube of my training, and just doing daily, and I've done that for almost 4 weeks. It's got to the point now where I'm starting to reconsider where I want to take the direction of it and the kind of content I want to produce. And obviously in doing that, I want you guys who have been watching every day or watch sporadically to have the input to guide me to where you want me to go, because as much as I want to have my vision, my direction, it's important that I get that interaction with you guys as the audience, because you fuel it, and you know, we kind of bounce off each other. And I really want the channel to be about that. There's just real, genuine authenticity, you know, me building you guys up, you guys building me up, and just bouncing off each other, and sort of growing together in this training and in life generally. So editing that back is such a bummer, isn't it? It's such a downer, but I hope not to have too many more of these days. You know what? We're always gonna have these days, and yes, today's been a massive failure, but I hope you guys appreciate my realness in sharing this and what's going on in my mind. You know, I'm not as hard as nails, but I'm striving to get there. And one day, trust me, I'll be able to ride 4 hours pouring rain and just get it done. And the more I play this game and the more I get into this, I realise it's the mentally tough people, not necessarily physically tough people, that get through it. So anyway guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you tomorrow for hopefully a 4 or 5 hour ride. And yeah, stay hard.